After a long weekend of pool play, 4 games to be exact for every team, 4 teams now remain in our first semifinal of the day. It is the 1-seed undefeated Ohio Elite as they take on the last group to join this pool of 4. NMC with a late win yesterday. It's NMC and Ohio Elite Baseball up next on SmeeSports.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say first, all glory to God. Without him, I am nothing.
Power the shove, Neighbor Nation, we will see you on Saturday afternoon. Riley Meister gets the point.
Back into left field, say goodnight to that baseball.
And there's another one, it's back to back jacks for KSU Tuscarawas. He's the point, and it's alive, hits and pushes it over, unbelievable. We play on, it's blocked, we're tied, unbelievable.
From Lakewood High School in lovely Lakewood, Ohio, we say good afternoon for the 2025 Sam Lally Memorial League Diamond League Tournament Championship rounds. This is the first semifinal of 2 as the number 4 seed NMC Reitenbach takes on the number 1 seed Ohio Elite, which is a pretty much mashup of 3 different OEB teams due to some players having other commitments this afternoon. Hello, everybody. He's Josh Manier. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this afternoon. Josh, we've seen some rain already today. We've seen you, a combo that we in one day have grown accustomed to.
That's right. I guess when I'm around, you should expect rain, which might be a good thing for MMC today. We were talking a little bit about this pregame where MMC coming in here, definitely some underdogs here, but you said the great equalizer could always be Mother Nature. So MMC might be taking advantage of the elements from Mother Nature.
And NMC, on top of that, also has a good core returning from last year's group, a group that made it all the way to the tournament championship game. That championship game did not go their way, however, as they were taken down by the powerful Release Baseball Club, led out by Jack Zarko, who had 2 home runs across 2 games that day. He was a fun player to watch. We won't get to see him here in the 18U division, but the now rising senior at North Canton Hoover will have a fun summer/fall ahead as he gets ready to go off to Oxford to go play at Miami of Ohio. First pitch is out at 3:26. It will be fouled away. 0-1 the count on Braylon McBride, the leadoff hitter. McBride, a rising senior, played his high school ball this past season for New Philadelphia in the Tuscarawas County area.
When you're the underdogs here for MMC, you want to set the tone early, try to swing at those questionable pitches and find a way to make a play.
Weak grounder right side in no man's land. The throwdown is not going to be in time. Sedlecki tried to extend, couldn't get it before the clip, and into second base is Braylon McBride.
That set the tone early right there. The timing couldn't have been any more perfect. McBride obviously wanting to play the short game, and it ended up working out very well for him.
And now they are going to call him out on interference, I believe. He kind of did get in the way in the end. The replay doesn't show it completely, but just kind of nudged the glove of Sedlecki. That is where the error came in. It is obstruction for out number 1, and I kind of think that's the right call.
I 100% agree with that. But again, MMC, you're making contact. You got a really nice short game going on to start off. Obviously, you get the out. It's very unfortunate for MMC, but finding a way to make contact early, you can never go wrong with that.
Now it goes to another returner from last year's group in Owen Courtney. Courtney, yet another junior, now rising senior over at New Philadelphia. A lot of good baseball in that region. You have them, you have Dover, you have Tusky Valley. Just a very competitive Tuscarawas County. Don't really cover them all too much. That is more of WTUZ's area, adding Carrollton as well. It is truly their territory. Ours more up in the Alliance area. And speaking of Alliance, we will see one of their best in game number 2 as Bo Davis, the star catcher and potential D1 prospect, will be an underdog against a very talented Ohio Maverick squad. 5:45 first pitch opposed to 5:30. For those who are wondering why the change, these games pushed back, I believe, by a half hour due to the rain. And from what we saw at 3 o'clock, that was the right decision.
Yeah, the rain was pouring down quite a bit, but now it's sunny. This is Ohio weather for you in its prime. Obviously, summer is where you get rain one day, you get sun the next day. I wouldn't be even surprised if we saw some snow later this month, just how Ohio's always been. But regardless, these athletes know the deal. They know travel ball. They've played over 100 games. They know they got to deal with the elements, and Obviously, they caught a break right now. I'm sure we'll see some rain later in this match, though.
And that is kind of what you expect heading in. You expect the rain to really become that great equalizer, as we said. And if it does, it should be a very fun battle to see, assuming things don't get too sloppy like they did down the stretch yesterday. Courtney sees a first pitch ball, 1-0 the count. Swing and a miss, now 1-1. And on the mound today for Ohio Elite, one of many guest players who we saw yesterday, actually, in Luca Reyes, the star from St. Ed's. 1-1 off the plate for ball 2. And the unique thing about Luca Reyes, the last time he was on this field, a heartbreaking loss to Lakewood. The first time St. Ed's has lost to the Rangers in a number of years. This is a redemption game for him.
Absolutely. As an athlete myself, whenever you go to a field or an arena where you know you've lost, you just play with a little bit more energy, a little bit more focus. And I'm sure Ray is doing that today. You can tell his pitches. He's starting to still get warmed up a little bit, obviously. He gave up the short game with the first guy at Mammoth McBride, but you can tell he's starting to focus, starting to find his game and his changeup.
The pitch just going to miss. After Courtney, it goes to Luca Pagura. A chance for Reyes to get out number 2 at the plate, and he will on the tip into the catcher's glove. It's 2 up, 2 down.
It's a nice play from Ray right there. Really utilizing his changeup. He loves that out game a lot, trying to make the batters stretch out for those gimme hits, and he's making them strike out every time.
Paguro takes ball 1 down low in the dirt, but Luca Reyes, one of the best that you will see on the diamond this afternoon for all 4 of these squads. After Paguro, it goes to Javon Clayton. That pitch well off the plate, ball 2. And doing the catching today for Ohio Elite, Colt Andrews, I believe the rising junior for Archbishop Hoban. Good job painting the corner by Reyes for strike 1. Still a difficult count to work out of 2-1. Reyes looks to equalize. The pitch. Fouled away, and he will. Count now even. For Ohio Elite in the bottom of the first, it is Lakowski, Deutsch, and Bowen.
Reyes really stretching the box right here. Again, playing that outside game that he loves so much so far, making the batters try to swing a little too early.
That time he will miss down low, and we are full. Pagura, the junior, now rising senior at Medina, looking to keep the inning going. The payoff upstairs for ball 4, and finally NMC will have their first base runner of the game.
And Pagura, he kind of knew what Reyes was trying to do, trying to stretch him out wide, stayed patient, let the count speak for itself, and now he's walking to first base.
Now it is going to go to Javon Clayton, a rising senior at Barberton High School over in the suburbs of Akron. First pitch in there for strike 1.
Again, playing that wide game that Reyes loves so much. It's obviously high risk, high reward, and that pitch right there paid off well.
With all of these guest players, the one saving grace Ohio Elite has is the battery. Very familiar with each other as they do play travel ball for both Ackerman and Andrews. Those players kind of travel between the two teams depending on the weekend.
Never go wrong with some good team chemistry. Knowing that you got each other's back, very important.
Throw to 1, not in time. Good recovery by Sedlecki as he is able to keep it within the vicinity. Just a little bit of a wilder throw off of the bag. The pitch goes to the corner and misses. The infield began their walk back to the dugout, but they will have to wait for at least one more pitch. A tough spot to miss. Reyes tries again the 1-2, this time way up and in.
Changeup right there. Reyes not as comfortable inside as he is outside. Love to see him try to go back to that, though. Get the batters off their rhythm.
The 2-2. Misses upstairs, just too much hang. From an 0-2 count to a full we go.
NMC showing a lot of patience for the last few batters. I think that's going to be the name of the game. Reyes, very unpredictable. Never know what he can do with the changeup. Just stay patient. Just stay strong to your fundamentals.
And when you have your power hitter, in NMC's case, Quentin Albert in the on-deck circle as the 5 hitter, you want as many guys on as possible. Shot to foul down the left field line. But if you are Albert, you're going to have a more reserved approach if he does step in this inning. We have seen a lot of balls just A lot of also survival cuts from NMC so far. It is going to take a lot for him to swing on that first pitch, but you never know. He could be aggressive. Runner goes, and it will be ball four. 2 consecutive walks to begin this kind of new sequence for OEB. They had that tough start, but they were bailed out by interference. They had 2 up, 2 down. The new sequence begins. It's 2 walks. And now Quentin Albert steps in, a chance to put NMC on the board in the top of the first inning. Most likely a base hit will score a run. And as expected, he will take ball 1 down low.
Anything from NMC here in this first inning, coming here, the underdogs, would be more than amazing. This is where I would play aggressive if I'm NMC. Obviously, Reyes likes to go out wide, but when you got a power hitter and Quentin Albert, why not take a couple of risks? Obviously, you're working against the count right here, but you got to find a way to play aggressive, and I think starting the tone off early is the right call if you're NMC.
Quentin Albert will be a senior next year at Shelby, one of 2 guys on this NMC squad who play their high school ball for Shelby. I believe that is more in the Bowling Green region of Ohio.
The other guy on the Shelby roster for NMC is Travis Sloan.
And I do not believe he is in the lineup today, at least for game number 1. And as well with teams still playing and other commitments, it's tough to have everybody at the same time. A good pop by Albert deep to left center, and that will put NMC on the board. At least one will score. They will send Clayton as well. There will be no contest at home. It is a 2 RBI double for Quentin Albert.
And that's what you got to do if you're MMC. And that is a perfect way to start off this first inning. Obviously, still got, looks like it's going to be the end of the first inning, but if you're MMC, you couldn't be more happy with the way things have started out. Again, playing patient with the first 4 batters, bring out your power hitter for number 5, and then get the party rolling.
We mentioned it before that payoff pitch, how important that walk was going to be. You put as many guys on as possible for your power hitter, and in this case, it works out perfectly for NMC. It's the underdogs. It's the 4th seed up early, and you could tell they have pedigree in this competition. They beat NMC Luxic in the semifinals of the 16U division last year, once again, only to lose to Release. But they're saving grace here once again. Not only do they have that pedigree in this competition, but as well, the 4 seed won it last year.
That's right.
That could happen here too.
100%.
And that's a good crank down the left field line. It will drop in for a single. They will send Albert, and he will be in. The train continues to chug along the tracks, make it 3-0 NMC.
You know, I think that momentum from Quentin Albert gave MMC a whole spark of life. They got hot pretty quick, and I don't think they're showing any signs of slowing down here in this first inning.
But what a start for NMC. 2 up, 2 down. They had that tough play over at first. Sedlecki's glove came off. But since then, walk, 2 RBI double, RBI single, and now it's Isaac Matthews, another returner from last year's squad stepping in, and another representative of Tuskegee County, this time a Tuskegee Valley player. But you look at this squad, just so many different regions represented. We talked about Shelby. You have a couple guys from Hoover, Massillon, Perry, New Philly. You have the GCC represented in Medina and Strongsville, Barberton. It's a great melting pot of Northeast Ohio, or really more of an extension of Northern Ohio.
Gotta love when everyone from different schools and regions come together and find a way to work together as well. That's the magic of baseball, that community and that just willingness to be a part of a team with guys that you barely even know.
Once again, for Ohio Elite in the bottom of the inning, it is Lakowski, Deutsch, and Bowen set to swing right now in need of 3 runs to get back into this game early. Raises 1-2, just a bit up and in. That ball had a beeline right to the face of Matthews before he ducked.
Reyes right there trying to find a way to get that changeup inside, and obviously a little bit crazy, not super orthodox, but still trying to work some magic regardless.
Tries to get the break, but it won't dip enough. And that has been really the issue with his off speed. It is in a good spot, just too much height, and it breaks too late.
100%. You want to see those pitches be a little bit more linear.
Skied left side, and there should be no contest. It is out of play.
And more pitches like that from Reyes, more linear, more fastball. Obviously, you've got the arm for it, and you've got the vision to go coast to coast, side to side. So I still want to see him work the inside a little bit more. Works the outside right there. Right there, Matthews is able to get a little bit of his bat on it, but nothing crazy.
But right now, if you are NMC, obviously getting another run on the board would be nice, but it's not a necessity given your start. Beautiful break, and finally Reyes finds the zone with the breaking ball. It's strike 3 looking, and the side is retired. Took him a second to get that good location down low, finally executes it, and it is a thing of beauty.
Yeah, Reyes, obviously first inning, you don't love that you're giving up 3 runs to start off, but you still have plenty of game left, and you still have plenty of momentum for you to find later in the match. So if I'm Reyes, obviously just take a deep breath, continue to work that inside, and just rely on your fundamentals.
All NMC as we enter the bottom of the first inning. 3-0 your score on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Welcome back to Lakewood High School for the bottom of the first inning. NMC scoring a whole host of runs, 3 runs to be exact, in the top of the inning. Right now, it's all NMC. If you are OEB, how do you respond?
You just got to rely on your fundamentals. Obviously, you're the better team. You don't want to get super aggressive. You still have a whole game ahead of you. Why get it all back in the first inning? If you can get a couple of runs here, or a couple of hits, maybe even a run, you got to feel good about yourself, but don't try to get it all in one bite. Just rely on your fundamentals. You're the better team at the end of the day. Just play to your fundamentals.
1-1 count on A.J. Lakowski, the starting center fielder. He just finished up his time over at Worcester High School. Next year, he will be playing for the John Carroll Blue Streaks and now the NCAC as they moved on from the Ohio Athletic Conference, I believe, much to your delight.
Actually, no, I always enjoyed playing John Carroll. Obviously, the results are not what we wanted, but it's always a shame when a historic rivalry like BW-JCU does come to a close.
Now the big one in the conference is Mountain BW, I would say.
Looking forward to that later this year.
The 1-2. Ground ball right side of the infield. A routine play, but the hop of the turf really bites NMC. The leadoff man will reach on the E4.
We were talking a lot about how does Ohio Elite find a way to respond. You do it one play at a time right there, just a routine hit. And obviously, NMC made a little bit of a mistake right there, but you just need to make it one hit at a time, get your boys on base, and then obviously let the big play happen naturally. But trying to chew it all in one bite, it's not going to go well. Just rely on your fundamentals.
And that was McBride over at second base, unable to get that one in. Now up steps Braden Deutsch, the second baseman. Deutsch had a good outing on Saturday when we saw Ohio Elite take down the Midwest Stars 11-1 over at Jackson High School. The 1-0, swing and a miss, now 1-1. That's exactly where you want that fastball. A good inviting pitch, but if you can blow it past these talented hitters, you can become a really unstoppable force.
And that plays mind games with you, too. You could have the best mindset coming to this game, but you take one bad pitch and all of a sudden you start being a little bit less aggressive. You start questioning your fundamentals, and all of a sudden that's where you get those strikeouts that you could easily hit, but you just play mental games, and all of a sudden it just whizzes right past you.
And I believe the time that was just called was because the pitcher went to his mouth and then the baseball, which since COVID has become illegal. A good ball hanging over the plate to hit, but right to the left fielder, and the play is made for out number 1. That hung right over that plate.
Just a routine play from the outfield right there. Something I always talk about too. When you're a pitcher like Paraguay, you want to rely on your outfield as well. Yes, obviously these hitters are talented, but more likely than not, you're going to get a lot of fly balls. You just got to trust that your outfield is going to do the work.
But that was a very, very dangerous offering from Pagura nonetheless. This time goes a little bit more upstairs to Bowen. 1-0 the counts. Bowen, another general from Worcester. He will be playing his college ball over at Skeels Field on the campus of Akron University. Throwback, not in time. In Akron, they have found themselves a lot of top talents in the area over the past couple of years. But in NEO for the MAC, it might be Kent State who is the dominant force, especially getting a player like Sawyer Solitary from Ignatius last year. And speaking of Sawyer, it was on this field that he set the record for most hits in a St. Ignatius career. He started all 4 years. I believe he got number 128 here in the playoffs in 2024. A really impressive player. I believe he was the MAC Freshman of the Year, 68 RBIs. If not, he was really close to getting that honor. Just an overall great year for Sawyer over at KSU, where we were yesterday, in a monsoon and in some drizzle.
Gotta love the rain.
Liner, right side, foul. Count now sits at 1-2 on Bowen. In the on-deck circle, it is the power hitter Spencer Sedlecki, who this weekend also threw a couple of really good games. One was a 1-inning, not save, but more of a closeout effort. The next one, he did a full game's worth of work, 6 innings. I don't believe he allowed a hit. Pass ball, but no movement on the base path. It's tough at this facility in Lakewood. The backstop not as deep as you would hope. If you don't think you have it, now is not the time to get thrown out taking second base. If it's a tie game, 3-3 down the stretch, maybe you press your luck a little bit more. But right now, you just need base runners.
Absolutely.
Ground ball to third. They get the lead runner at 2. No, they don't. It is dropped, and now there's the out. It looked like he kind of gave up on the play before it was done.
Yeah, that is not the elite mentality that Ohio Elite needs to have right now. You're down 3 runs. You got to fight for everything. Let the umpire call you out. Don't call it out for yourselves.
He just curled out of the base path to try and get out of the way of a throw. That is usually where you slide just to get out of the way. So like he swings and misses. 0-1 the count. Pagura doing a good job on the mound so far. A lot of challenging pitches, but also a lot of favorable ones for his NMC squad.
Playing with a lot of speed. I love his fastball. Obviously, fastball, you make the right contact, all of a sudden that thing is flying, and your outfield is having a bad day. But you really got to work on timing if you're the batter, and right now Paraguay really taking advantage of this slow start from Ohio Elite.
0-2 off the plate for ball 1. For NMC in the top of the second, it is 8, 9, and 10. Eckert, Kelly, and Tabata set to swing. A lot of talent there. And on top of that, a lot of Strongsville. 3 for 3 in that department. Fly ball, left field, out of play, foul.
What I love from MMC right there, they had 3 defenders trying to catch that fly ball. Obviously, only one person can make a play. But when you got 3 hats to the ball, you got to love the grit. You got to love the commitment. I think that's why MMC starting off so hot. Sure, they might not be the more talented team, but they got more heart.
1-2 down low for ball 2. And once again, it looked like the infield thought the inning was over. I think both teams have done that now. Maybe that is a sign of things to come as this day goes on. Still 2 more games after this. It is Release and Ohio Mavericks next, and then the championship game at 8. Runner goes. It will be a full count as he is in easily at second base. That is Lakowski now in scoring position for Ohio Elite. OEB down early, 3-0. A chance to put 1 run on the board. The payoff pitch takes ball 4, and Sedlecki will walk.
So Lucky, more of a power hitter. Surprised he didn't want to try and test his luck. But again, you're Ohio Elite. You got to find ways to chew it back. Not in one bite. You got to find ways to spread it out and come back slowly but surely, trusting that MMC's getting hot early is just a fluke. And I love him being patient, walking the bases. Obviously, they got a chance to get a run in before the inning's over.
Chopped foul, 0-1 the count. It is Webb now in the batter's box in the 5-hole. After Webb, it goes to A.J. Mitchell, then Luca Reyes. But a one-strike count, 2 down for OEB. The pitch. Hung in there down the left field line, and it will bounce foul. Right on the line, but just a titch to the left.
Those are hits right there. If I'm Webb, that just makes me want to keep swinging even harder. I don't even care what Paraguay throws at me. I bet next thing that Webb is doing, he's swinging, whether it's in or out. Because that was so close to being a very nice play and possibly bringing a boy home. But I'm expecting a swing right here.
The 0-2. Swing and a miss, and the side is retired right on cue. Pagura gets the final out via the K. Strikeout number 1 on the afternoon for Luca Pagura. A good outing so far. A few blemishes on the record, but no damage done on the scoreboard. End of 1 in Lakewood. NMC in control, up 3-0 on Ohio Elite. This is the 2025 Tim Lally Memorial Diamond League Tournament Championships on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Top of the second inning here at Lakewood High School. 3-0 your score. NMC on top of Ohio Elite. For those just joining us, he's Josh Manier. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. NMC had some good 2-out offense in the top of the first inning as they were able to cruise through the top of their order. Now it is the bottom 3 of Eckert, Kelly, and Tabata. The Mustang trio set to swing in this inning. The 1-1 from Reyes. Unable to hit. Ball 2.
If you're MMC here, obviously you had a great first inning, a lot of momentum. You got to find a way to keep that momentum going strong. I'm not expecting 3 runs here in this inning, but what I am expecting if you're MMC, get at least 2 guys on some plates, first and second preferably. You don't have to finish this inning with a run, but as long as you make contact on the ball and get some boys on first and second, I'd feel pretty good if I'm MMC.
Eckert thought that was ball 4. Instead, it is strike 2 on the corner. Full count. Reyes' payoff. Popped up. Right side of the infield. Sadlecki calling it off at first, and he is unable to track it in the sun. It is just able to squeak past the Chatham Commits glove, and the leadoff man is aboard for NMC. Just a lot of high hang time this weekend. We didn't see too many plays like that over at first base amid the sun today. Maybe the most cruel the sun has been. It's understandable. I believe he still even has sunglasses on, and it's that hard to see.
Just an unlucky break right there, but MMC going to take advantage of it. Hopefully, they'll find, if you're MMC, find a way to capitalize off that mistake. Maybe even steal a run or 2.
This would be the time to do it, to just keep piling on the runs. Strike 1 will hit the corner. Good response by Reyes as Murphy Kelly steps in, the starting center fielder for NMC Reitenbach. 1-1 count, the pitch. Off the plate for ball 2. After Kelly, it goes to Tabita, then the top. Eckert at first, Kelly in the box, Tabita in the on-deck circle. Throw back to 1 and not in time. Sedlecki still a good tag, a hard tag applied to Eckert. More of a warning shot from Reyes. A stutter step steal. The throw down to 2 is not in time. He just gets in there.
What a risky play by MMC. Obviously pays out, but not my favorite play right there. Obviously, you can't say that now because it did work, but let's say it didn't work. All of a sudden, that great momentum that you've had to start off the second inning goes down the drain.
Now a full count on Kelly. Kind of a hop-go steal to second. Partially delayed. I don't know if it was more of a delay or a second guess. The payoff fouled into the backstop off to the side. The nice thing about this field at Lakewood, we are up here in the press box, the fence right here. A very nice, close, intimate feel to this facility. Just stuff of equipment to see down below for the actual pitch. Here's the payoff from Reyes, up and out, and Kelly will walk. That puts 2 on, nobody out.
Reyes has been trying to work that out game for quite a bit. It started off strong in the first inning. Second inning, you can tell MMC just taking their time and being patient. And it looks like Reyes, it's a little bit of communication with his catcher. What do you think they're talking about, Smee?
This could be one to simply make a change, or at the same time, this could be just settle down. You can get back into this game. You saw that rhythm early on. They were really good. You got those 2 outs. One of them was more of a gift than anything. But then 2 walks, 2 hits, and the strikeout. You get out of the inning. Now, the error over at first base, that's a killer. The walk as well, 2 guys on. You have to settle down Reyes, and with action in the bullpen, if you are Ohio Elite, if needed, you have to take immediate action.
And if you're Reyes, too, you just got to stop overthinking. I think one of the things that's hurting him is his changeup. He's trying to get too cute and trying to play too many mind tricks with these batters from MMC. Just go back to your fundamentals. Keep working that outside of the box that you've loved so much. You're obviously not going to get it every single time in that coffin corner, but more times than not, rely on your strengths and good things will happen.
In the bullpen for Ohio Elite, it is Tucker Webb, I believe. We believe we saw a number 8 out there. We assume that's who that is, but that would also mean a change was made. If that's the case, that means Mitchell might be in the game in right. And I believe that is the change confirmed. Bunt shown, bunt down beautifully by Tabita. He has a good chance to beat it out, and he will. The throwback to 3, not in time, and the bases are loaded with 3 Mustangs.
NMC on fire, and they're doing it in more ways than one. Short game, they're doing it with patience, and now all of a sudden, we got McBride, the opener, trying to find a way to bring everyone home.
And time for redemption, too, as he was called out with some interference to begin the game. Bases juiced up and in for ball 1. So you have 3 Mustangs on the base path, and in the batter's box, you have yourself someone from Tuscarawas County. About an hour and a half separates those 2 schools of Strongsville and New Philly.
And yet, they're all working together as one team. How beautiful is that?
That's the beauty of summer ball. You get players from all over the state, and they can play some really good competitive ball.
Now, Smee, if I'm McBride right here, am I going guns a-blazing? Am I trying to sail this ball off the fence, or am I taking a walk?
Based on the way that NMC has played and the way that they played it last year, it's small ball base to base. And he will have a good pop into center field. A tag play on the cards. That's out number 1. They will try and cut off the runner going to third. It's a fake in the end. It's a sac fly overall for Braylon McBride. And NMC strikes again. Make it 4-0.
Love the aggression. I said at the beginning of this inning, you just need 2 runners on the plate. You don't need runs. And NMC said, Josh, what are you talking about? We're going to play here like we are the most aggressive team. We're here to win. We are not playing not to lose. And MMC doing wonders.
And it's a good crack into right center field. That will score run number 5. Heading into third, it is Tabita. And now heading to second is Owen Courtney, and he is in. The train is surely moving for NMC.
When there's smoke, there's fire. And when there's fire, there's a building burning. NMC looking to dominate here. And obviously, Ohio Elite, they got to make some changes. Reyes has not been playing super strong to start off. Looks like they're making that change right now.
His day will be done. It will be Tucker Webb on to pitch when we return. NMC Reitenbach, how about that? It took a win, allowing less than 3 runs to make the Final Four. They have 5 right now on the number 1 undefeated seed. 5-0 your score. It's the underdog pounding the 1 seed. This is the 2025 Tim Lally Memorial Diamond League Tournament on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. As Tucker Webb is ready to go on the mound, we will also take a look at the other changes made in the rotation, as there are a few. Reyes now going into the EH slot, Mitchell in right, and as we said, Webb on the mound. Still 2 on, 1 down in the top of the second inning. It is Luca Pagura, the starting pitcher of NMC Reitenbach, now in the batter's box. The lefty looking to bring in runs 6 and 7. The pitch off the plate for ball 2. OEB is going to need a whole host of offense in the bottom of the inning to keep their hopes alive. Right now, the way NMC is playing, they are really digging deep, as they had a big win yesterday over the Midwest Stars to make it to this point. It was supposed to be a different NMC team in this game, but in the last game, the only 6 o'clock game of the day yesterday, they were able to get a big win, ending pool play 2-1-1. Their tie coming to the Mash Factory on Saturday, and that will load up the bases again. Pagura does a good job to just sit in and wait. Bases loaded for Javon Clayton. I believe you have your typical run rules of 15 after 3, 12 after 4, 10 after 5, and potentially 8 after 6, which I believe is still true from pool play. First pitch inside for ball 1. But what a start that would be if we get any of those run rules.
It just shows the dominance at MMC, the underdog coming into this game. We're talking about the run rule with the wrong team. Gotta love it when the underdog steps up and plays strong ball.
The tough thing is you have so many inactives today. Hunter Allison, Landon James, Dom Marchetta, Garrett Broadwater, Aaron Moses. I went through the first 5 guys on their roster before finding somebody active in AJ Lakowski. Slater, Showoff from US, also not playing. Frey, he's not here. Palange not able to go due to injury. Husted at banquet with Carrollton. Bonus, I don't think he's here, as Walsh is still in the playoffs. And no sign of Stone Fawcett. That's pretty much their whole roster missing today.
So you're basically playing with all of your backups today.
Not even that. It's the underage groups. It's the 17 and 16U team being called up. In the lineup, you have Sidlecki Deutsch. His younger brother's even playing in this one, too. And that's it. You have 2 guys from the roster, I believe, active. The pitch off the plate for ball 4. And that will bring in run number 6 via the free pass. Just a tough one with these early season tournaments, as you have Banquet, you have guys still in the playoffs. Once again, Walsh, US, Amherst Steel still in. Once you get into the heart of the season, maybe July, you have those full squads, and then you can really make deep runs. Right now, NMC, just doing more with the players that they have on their lineup. Fouled away by Albert, 0-1 the count. But the lineups, rosters, all of it, very difficult to comprehend for travel ball, especially in the first weeks. And I've even seen it in my own day. This past summer, we brought in maybe a total of 8 or 9 subs for games because a lot of players, mostly me for most of them, couldn't be there. And that is the tough thing with travel ball, especially at this competitive level when OEB is full of college commits. The 0-1 skied into center field. This is another potential sac fly. Play is made in center. They will send the runner home. They have a chance, but they will eat it. Make it 7-0 NMC. And that will now have runners at first and second with 2 down. But that will be Albert's 3rd RBI in 2 at-bats today. Pretty good efficiency from him in the batter's box. Now it is Wilkinson stepping in. Wilkinson 1 for 1 on the day with an RBI single. All OEB, or excuse me, all NMC 7-0. First pitch missing down low for ball 1. Mitchell, Reyes, and Andrews set to swing in the bottom of the inning for Ohio Elite. And they are going to need to get the bats rolling. The 1-0 going to miss for ball 2. As of right now, no new action in the OEB bullpen. You have to get through this inning with Tucker Webb on the mound at a minimum. You cannot go to a 3rd arm in 2 innings.
Webb's just trying to work that outside, and he's working a little bit too far.
Swing and a miss now, 2-1. And as well, what makes it tough is he inherited a lot of these runners. It's added pressure that won't go against him in the final box score, but it's still something he has to deal with.
Yeah, imagine having your coach saying, hey, I need you to play hero ball. Again, Ohio Elite's biggest thing coming into this inning was that they needed to find a way to obviously gain some momentum, but they can't do it all in one inning. They got to do it piece by piece. And when you're being told, hey, you need to make significant plays fast, it puts a lot of pressure on these kids.
And that is another walk that will load up the bases for Isaac Matthews. 2 down, top 2, 7-0 NMC.
We could blink and it could be double digits.
It really depends where he puts this ball. Home run, not out of the question. Even in the 15U championships last year for the official Diamond League, we did see a home run. And over that very tall fence in right. Matthews fouls at that right side, 0-1, and it looks like it will go over to the now demolished turf over at First Federal Lakewood Stadium. I believe it is just the track being replaced, but it also could be new turf. But an 0-1 counts on Matthews. The pitch. Going to miss low for ball 1. After Isaac Matthews, it goes back to the top of the order for this inning in Brady Eckert. So this is the 10th hitter of the frame. Webb sets the 1-1. Hits the corner for strike 2. NMC has done so well this inning at the plate, but I still feel like they would feel hard done by if they strand the bases loaded. 1-2 count, the pitch. Breaks in, ground ball, chopped to third. It should be a simple tag of the bag at third, and it is. The side is retired. A good scoop and step by Brock Bowen over at third. Just a nice little play. We will watch it back again. It's a good high IQ play. Bowen, the younger brother of Brady. You have double BP on the left side. It's younger bro showing up older bro to retire the side, but the damage has been done. Middle of 2 at Lakewood High School. All NMC, 7-0 your score on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Bottom of the second inning at Lakewood High School. OAB, a lot of work to do, down 7-0 to NMC Reitenbach in our first of two semifinals as a part of the 18U 2025 Tim Lally Memorial Diamond League Tournament. For those just joining us, he is Josh Manier. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. We haven't seen Luca Pagura in a hot minute on the mound. We will see how he does in this inning, and based on that pitch alone, it looks like he is still bringing his A game.
I love his fastball. You got to love the speed from Pagura. He's going to bring his A game every single time. And with that bonus of a little bit of rest, he's going to come out this inning humming.
And it appears he is 1-2 the count on A.J. Mitchell. Mitchell just finished up his sophomore year over at Uniontown Lake High School in the Federal League. Following Mitchell, it goes to Reyes, then Andrews. The 1-2. Off the plate, evening up the count. Definitely looking forward to our second game of the day. It is the Ohio Mavericks taking on Release Baseball. A lot of top talents on both of those squads. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, and that's out number one. Back-to-back strikeouts spanning back to last inning for Luca Pagura.
Pagura making quick work. Again, he's got that little bit of rest from the long inning from NMC on offense, but he's also just got a great fastball too. You obviously want to see the changeup, and if you make contact with Pagura, it could be lights out with a nice home run. But that's the question. Can you time his fastball perfect enough where you can make contact? So far, Ohio Elite not answering the bell.
One of the guys that definitely can, Luca Reyes, now in the batter's box. The lefty looking to get his day at the plate going in style. The 0-1. Hung right over the plate, ground ball chopped on a one-hopper to Albert at first, and the play is made for out number two. Good job of reading the ball over at first by Quentin Albert.
Just a routine play by a routine playmaker right there. Nothing special right there, but when MMC is making the routine plays effortlessly, that's when you know this team is coming ready to play.
So far in this game, Quentin Albert, 3 RBIs, a double, and 1 put out defensively, no errors. A very solid afternoon from him over at first base. Really everybody on this NMC squad is doing a tremendous job. Everybody has a role, and they are playing it to perfection so far.
100%. Going back to Albert, too, love the hair. He's rocking the mullet very hard today.
And when you have the mullet like that, you could tell that's the power hitter of the group, and he has shown that.
Yes, he has. And he was the guy that got the party started in the first inning. We had a couple of walks, but he was the one who opened the floodgates wide open.
The 1-1 going to miss off the plate for ball 2. After Andrews, they would go to Deutsch. Not Braden, but Chase Deutsch. His brother, the younger brother, just finished up his freshman year over at Hudson. And Hudson, they made it, I believe, to the regional tournament for the first time since, I believe, either 2014 or 2016. Andrews fouls that one away, now 2-2. But it's cool to see a pair of brothers playing on this OEB team today by necessity. You have Braden and Chase Deutsch, and then Brady and Brock Bowen.
Always a fun little memory. You don't get to do that a lot. So anytime you get to play with big bro and little bro, it's always a good time.
Andrews fouls that one away, keeping the count 2-2.
You know they're competitive, too. They're probably talking about, I'm going to get more hits today. I'm going to be more efficient on defense today. And I bet that car ride back home with that trash talk, it's got to be a lot of fun.
it would be even better if they were on opposite teams. Then you could have the bragging rights in play.
Oh, 100%.
The 2-2, a good pop into shallow right center field. Cutting it off is Kelly, and the side is retired. Ohio Elite goes in order, and NMC is still cruising. End of 2 at Lakewood High School. All NMC, 7-0 your score. This is the 2025 Tim Lally Memorial Diamond League Tournament Championships on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Top of the third inning at Lakewood High School. All NMC, 7-0 your score. This is semifinal 1 of 2 today. Then at 8 p.m. we have the championship game. Looking forward to all of these games that we still have to play, plus the conclusion of this one, which definitely can still flip on its head.
100%, but the way that NMC is playing, they're playing very patient. Obviously, they're having a lot of fireworks as well, but I love the consistency and I love the fundamentals that NMC is continuing to rely on, even with 7 runs.
You can never have enough runs in the game of baseball. If you can just continue to pile on the runs, get the game done a little bit earlier than anticipated, that gives you time to rest and prepare for the next game. Going back to last year in the 16U, it was NMC Reitenbach winning game number 1. That rest helped them stay in that game against a very good release squad.
If I'm NMC, my goal is let's try to get that 10-run rule in the 4th inning, or 3.5 innings, but that 4th inning, and I think it's a reasonable goal, right? You get maybe a runner here in this inning, you get another 2 runs in the next inning, and all of a sudden, you're going home early with a chance to rest up for that big championship.
Webb has other plans, strikes out Eckert, looking on the inside corner, 1 up, 1 down as Murphy Kelly will now step in. Once again, 15 runs after 3, 12 after 4, 10 after 5, and 8 after 6 your run rules. A nice little piece up the middle, scooped up at short by Bowen, and he is unable to get the transfer. Kelly reaches safely. Tough play to make in the hole. Good range by Brady Bowen over there, just couldn't get the transfer in the end.
Anytime that you're hitting a hit directly at the pitcher, it's always hard for your infield to take care on defense. We saw a great play right there. NMC they're getting very lucky with how the ball is bouncing in this game today.
Now Ferris Tabata will step back in, 1 for 1 on the day with a bunt single that loaded up the bases last inning. And it was really cool to see all 3 of the Strongsville Mustangs on the base path at the same time.
That's a really cool school memory. They're going to talk about that for the next couple of months.
As Tabata will reach via the hard 90. Tabata, he is going to bid farewell to his Strongsville teammates as he is moving on to the next level next year. Eckert as well, bidding farewell to Kelly. A lot of movement over at Strongsville. you have a couple of key guys staying on. And the big thing this year, losing Jude Fisher a year early, the Ohio State commit decided to go and play the prep route this year. Strongsville still had some good games without him, but it would have been nice to have kept the ace one more time. And in the process, they also lost their other really good pitcher in Austin Payne, who had a solid year over at Otterbein. Time called by OEB. We will have another mound visit. Once again, stay with us this whole afternoon. Still 2 more games left to go. The other semifinals game as the Ohio Mavericks take on a very talented Release baseball squad. Then at 8 p.m. in primetime, we have the championship game for the 18U division of the 2025 Tim Lally Memorial Diamond League Tournament. Last year in the 16U, it was Release who took down NMC Reitenbach in that championship game. This year, we could see the same 2 teams in it again, just a different Release squad. I believe that Release team is... Now it's going to escape me which Release team it is. Either way, it's a different Release team from last year. Still the same organizations playing. That'll be unique to see how that one goes. Release and this NMC squad, both kind of in that class of 26 range with a couple of seniors mixed in. Back to the top we go with Braylon McBride. He had a sac fly his last time up. The 1-0. Blocked nicely behind the dish by Andrews, but no movement on the base path. 2-0. And really, if you are NMC, you don't need to be overly aggressive on the bases. You can just play it naturally, go station to station, and you might be able to lead by double figures very soon. And now there is a pass ball. That is natural movement on the down angle, and that puts runs 8 and 9 in scoring position. And number 10 might join them on the base path momentarily. And the on-deck circle, if the base is low, it would go to Owen Courtney. A big chance for Owen to do some damage for NMC. The pitch. Right in there for strike 1. A good response by Webb on the mound.
Webb, very similar to Reyes, loves working outside. It's obviously high risk, high reward. We've seen it not super well today, but he's also had his moments as well.
Chopped foul off of McBride himself. From 3-0 to full we go. Obviously not a great feeling to foul it off of yourself, but McBride appears to be okay, and that is what really matters. It didn't look like more of an aggressive swing. It looked more of just a foul ball, as you would normally see it. Payoff off the plate on the breaking ball for ball 4, and the bases are loaded for Owen Courtney. But that does put the double play ball back into effect. Time called again, and I think this one will be the call to the bullpen, or really, the call to the rest of the diamond. We will see who comes in to pitch. Any thoughts?
I just think Webb in that last pitch tried a little. He got a little too risky with that one right there. I think you should have tried to find a way to keep fighting off with who's the guy that was just up?
That was Braylon McBride.
McBride. Keep fighting with McBride. Obviously, it was his 3rd time on plate today. A little bit tired, a little bit fatigued. But keep trying to find a way to fight with him. Instead, he tried to go for the coffin corner. And obviously, he made McBride just continue to play the patience game. McBride, happy to do that. So, if you're Webb in that instance, I think you should have tried to play a little bit more conservatively. Try to play the long game, see what happens. But he went for the Vegas, and he came out empty-handed.
It is going to be Braden Deutsch on the mound. And with that change, Webb is going to come out of the game. And that will then see Reyes re-enter. He is going to play in the infield, it appears, at shorts. So I believe that moves one of the Bowens to the outfield. And based on the change, that I would not be surprised to see Brady go to the outfield, and you keep Rock at 3rd. Trying to see the numbers. It's tough to tell who went to the outfield. Reyes is going to be at short, and with a turn to the back, it is Tucker Webb actually going to play 3rd. He went to go change out his glove. That is what happened. Brady Bowen, he is out of the game, which means Little Bro, I believe, is in left, and that should round out the changes. Still in center is Lakowski, and in right now, it is going to be Mitchell, the EH. The EH now becomes Brady Bowen, and I think that's enough confusion for everybody at home.
So much movement going around, it's hard to follow.
I think a total of 5 changes there.
5 changes. How about that?
Pitcher changed, short changed, third changed, left field changed, right field changed.
I don't hate it. You got to find a way to.
Or excuse me, no, just left field, so 4 changes.
Even still, I don't hate the changes. Still got to find a way to get some momentum going. If it means rearranging some pieces on the defense, I got no problem with that.
And now Owen Courtney with the bases loaded, a chance to come in here and do even more damage for NMC. You see right now the way things are going, 7-0. First pitch just a bit upstairs for ball 1, and it looks like we are going to have an EFIS pitcher on hand.
That one looked like a rainbow right there. A nice, beautiful arch.
The 1-0 thrown down low for ball 2. And I'm not for sure on this, but it doesn't look like Braden Deutsch is a typical pitcher, and if he is, he could have thrown already in this tournament and is just kind of trying to save his arm. 2-0 off the plate for ball 3.
Yeah, first 3 pitches are kind of all over the place right there. I don't really see any rhythm or rhyme to his game like I did with Reyes or Webb. Obviously, though, he's on the mound. Probably wasn't expecting this today, so he's just probably trying to find some sort of positive momentum.
And that is ball 4. Courtney will get an RBI on the walk, make it 8-0 NMC. And now it is Luca Pagora stepping in. 2 walks today, a chance to give himself even more insurance on the mound.
Pagora has been playing amazing on the mound today, and he's done his job on offense as well. Definitely think that he is someone that you want to look for player of the game.
And now the question is, do you make the call to the bullpen and save Pagora for another start in the championship? He hasn't thrown too many pitches, faced a total of 8 batters. Could that happen? Because there was some pointing to the dugout. If you want to throw him again, if he is your ace, you realistically could.
Now the thing is, too, I'm still trying to play for that run rule. I'm trying to do whatever it takes to get these guys some rest, whether it's 2 or 3 innings. And so with Pagura, I feel like that's the best chance. I would keep him on the mound. Now, if things get a little bit dicey, you see Ohio Elite go on a little bit of a run here in the couple of innings, then I would pull him off. But I'm trying to play very aggressively for that run rule.
And even if you don't pull him, you could then bring him on as your closer in the championship. He could probably get you an inning or 2 if he stays to 3 or 4 innings, just depending on pitch count, because I'd be shocked to see him above 25 right now. He has really done a nice job. Maybe that longer first inning puts him above, but either way, it's all chalk right now. And that is strike 3 looking on the outside edge for out number 2. Deutsch does a good job to paint the corner to perfection.
Again, I think Deutsch started off slow, but he's starting to slowly find his rhythm. Definitely loves his changeup a lot, loves to go from corner to corner. Definitely a lot of unpredictability if you are in the batter's box.
Ball 1 taken and snatched up by Andrews behind the dish. Javon Clayton so far today, also a pair of walks, one of which brought in a run. And then in the on-deck circle, it is Quentin Albert, and my oh my, if the bases are loaded with him in, look out, he is going to be swinging for the fences.
But Clayton has to do his job first, and I think fundamentals where you want to go. We're obviously seeing Dosh, he's kind of going all over the place with these pitches. Just play it patient, obviously, take it if it's there, but don't force anything super crazy.
2 fouls in a row by Clayton, 1-2 the count. The one sent screaming right back to us. We're talking bases loaded with the man in the on-deck circle. I think that's Clayton's way of saying, talk about me first.
He's hit a couple of
the 1-2 going to go behind, and that will be run number 9 for NMC. So the base is no longer loaded, but I think NMC would rather trade in the runner at first for a run overall. And still a chance for some more damage. To get to that run rule in the 4th, you have all the pieces in play right now, and you might have them home. It's a good fly ball to left, but directly on a line, and the side is retired. It's a good put out in left by Brock Bowen, we believe. But either way, NMC able to plate 2 more runs. Middle of 3 at Lakewood. It is the number 4 seed up 9-0 on Ohio Elite. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Nine, 10, then top for Ohio Elite in the bottom of the third inning. NMC firmly in control, up 9-0 on the one seed OEB. For those just tuning in, he's Josh Manier. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Game 1 of 3 today at Lakewood High School. This is semifinal 1 of 2 in the 18U division. Good response in there to make it 1-1 to Chase Deutsch, the rising sophomore at Hudson. One of 2 brothers playing today. You have Braden and then you have Brady, who are the quote-unquote typical players. Brady, not a typical player for this roster, but a guest player this weekend. Then you bring in the siblings of Brock and Chase. Definitely a lot to keep track of, especially with 3 out of the 4 starting with B's and the other starting with a C.
I bet family dinner is going to be very interesting tonight, if they even have a family dinner. Might be some clashing heads after this game tonight.
It's going to be a tough one. And once again, with so many moving parts on this squad of Ohio Elite, just given everything happening, the Carrollton kids, they have their banquet, couple of POs not able to throw today. It makes sense as you have just kind of a mishmash of at least 3 squads. Ground ball right side, weakly hit foul. But after Chase Deutsch, he goes to Brock Bowen, then top to AJ Lakowski.
Pagura looking to take quick work here on defense. I think he's definitely thinking about that run rule. They're 1 run away. NMC is.
And that will definitely help keep things in order. A beautiful pitch on the outside corner for out number 1 and strikeout number 1 of the inning. Something to note with Luca Pagura on the mound today. 3 strikeouts, 1 in each of the 3 innings.
It looks like they might be discussing some things. Pagura's day might be over on the mound.
And it is. He will be taken out. I agree with it. You take him out, you save him for the next game. He has shown more than enough. In a possible, I believe, 7 batters faced, he has 9. No hitter. The only 2 base runners, E4 and a fielder's choice.
A great day for the kid. You gotta love his fastball too. Pagura, obviously, I would give him player of the game if it came down to me. Obviously, we've had a lot of great guys hitting today. We think of guys like Albert, and we think of McBride setting the tone. But for me, Pagura, he's been the heart and soul of today's game.
It is Isaac Matthews getting warm on the mound for NMC. We will step aside as he gets loose. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Matthews says, I am ready to go, and so are we to get back to the action in the bottom of the third. 9-0 your score. First pitch to Bowen is a ball off the plate, 1-0 the count.
Matthews has a tall task ahead of him. We've been talking about this run rule all game long with NMC's incredible start in the first 2 innings. Now the question is, can Matthews deliver on that with some quick plays? Definitely seems to be going all over the place, trying to find his rhythm here early on. Would love to see him with his changeup, trying to change some momentum.
Ground ball up the middle, picked up in the hole. The throw across is in time for out number 2. What a snag, and tossed by Ferris Tabata at short.
We talk about this pitching all day long, but then we see the infield ready to make a huge play. Tabitha with the hustle right there with the 1-2 connection out to Albert. And, man, we talk about the hitting, we talk about the pitching, but the infield really stepped up right there. That could have been dangerous really quick. And NMC, that's been playing so efficient all game long, comes up with a huge play on defense.
That is a ball destined for center field, just snatched by the senior star from Strongsville. Back to the top we go for OEB with A.J. Lakowski. 2 balls chucked in by Matthews. But if you are OEB, that could have put some wind in your sails, but instead, a few storms came pouring down, and hopefully that is just for their metaphorical ship and not for Lakewood High School this afternoon.
We got very lucky so far. We're seeing a lot of sun, not a ton of clouds. It looks like the rain has passed, but you never know, man. Ohio, she has a lot of mood swings right now, and she's in a good mood right now, but that can change in the snap of a finger.
I have been knocking on wood for the past 10 seconds now. Thanks to that. Thanks to that. The 2-2 from Matthews. In there for strike 3 looking, and the side is retired. A nasty delivery by Matthews. And once again, OEB will be retired in order. First multi-strikeout inning of the game by NMC. But still, only 1 per inning from Pagura. Matthews gets his first. 2 batters faced. 1, he is bailed out by his shortstop, Ferris Tabata, and the other, he does the dirty work himself. End of 3 at Lakewood. All NMC Reitenbach up 9-0 on OEB. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. First pitch of the inning is just a bit upstairs to Albert. 1-0 the count. This is the 2025 Tim Lally Memorial Diamond League Tournament 18U Semifinals game 1 of 2 on SmeeSports. Josh, a good game on hand so far for NMC Reitenbach. We talked about them a little bit on Saturday. We kind of got to see them warm up before they took on the MASH Factory, and I said then, this is a team that I believe we will see today, and lo and behold, they are here. And they are here in full force.
They have a chance to finish the day off with a run rule. I think they need 10 runs. They're at 9. They're knocking on the door. The question is, can Albert get them started off here at the top of the 4th?
The simple answer through 4 pitches is yes. It's a leadoff walk, and he throws the gloves right at his teammate. You can see they're having fun. That is Travis Sloan coming in. another player from Shelby. It's the high school teammates combining now to go and potentially dominate the diamond. But that's what you love to see, just kind of the playful banter between these guys. They're having fun. It's still a competitive tournament, but with the finals on the horizon, redemption on the horizon for last year, it's all smiles for NMC Reitenbach.
And when you have an amazing first 2 innings like NMC does, it's hard not to smile. You came into this game thinking, man, there's going to be a lot of rain. This team, Ohio Elite, has been good. And you find out, well, most of their roster's not here and the sun is shining. Shoot, we caught ourselves a break here today. And obviously, the 9 runs at the beginning of the first 3 innings, that ain't bad either.
Now, if there were to be rain here at Lakewood, I think, in the words of Prince, it would have to be purple rain.
Purple rain indeed.
Ball off the plate for ball 2. After the pinch hitter Sloan, it will go to Matthews, then Eckert. The run rule is 12 after 4, so they're 3 runs away. A good pop into left center field, and it will fall for a single. Hung it in a good spot upstairs, and Sloan was not going to miss that one. A very successful pinch hit, 1 for 1 on the day. We will watch this one back, and you can just see the angle that Deutsch's pitch takes, kind of top left corner of the 9-box drill. Boom, popped into left center field. That's exactly what you do with that pitch. You drive it the other way, and it results in another base runner.
Some great discipline, too, by NMC, especially Sloan. His name hasn't been called on a lot today, but when it matters most, he finds a way to stay disciplined, rely on his fundamentals, and he gets on base.
A little bit of concern here for OEB. Bowen is back in the game, but it looks like it will be a substitution to allow somebody to warm up. It is A.J. Lakowski going to the bullpen. At first glance, I was worried as to what happened as he fielded that ball, as he was the last player to touch the baseball. In the end, he's just going to warm up. That's best case scenario, but obviously you can see the concern making that change right there in a quiet fashion.
Oh, 100%. And that's got to play dividends to Dosh as well. Again, he's not, like you said, he's not really a pitcher, and he's kind of been throwing the ball all over the place, which could be a good thing if you're Ohio Elite, but still want to have confidence as a pitcher. And this mixed message you're setting as a coaching staff, not always the best.
But I believe this is going to be a kind of short leash for Deutsch. Just get maybe an out. Right now, you're 1 pitch away from loading up the bases again. Not a good spot to be in, but once again, when you lose pretty much your whole roster, there's only so much you can do.
Yeah, very much slim pickings.
Once again, all the Carrollton kids gone, and I feel like Garrett Broadwater, a kid who easily could have changed his game himself. Landon James, the star catcher, going to Lake Erie. Stone Fawcett, the star catcher, going to Ashland. A lot of talents on this roster. Just unfortunate that the championship was today, the banquet being today. I feel like if the Carrollton kids were here, because that then brings you in 4 top-tier players, that changes this one.
Oh, 100%.
And that's nothing to take away from the way NMC has played. A good pop into center. Bowen underneath it has it for out number 1. And you will have the front 2 runners tag. And 1 will score. Make it 10-0 NMC. And that puts them 2 runs away from the run rule this inning. And now exactly where they need to be for the run rule after the next. But you get that 1 out and put the double play ball in effect. Just given the game script, getting out of the inning is the main priority of OEB. They will take it. And now it goes to Murphy Kelly. First pitch in there for a ball. And actually, it looks like we do have a pinch hitter. It is Austin McCreary, the rising senior at Indian Valley, on to swing. Pinch hit number 2 of the game for NMC Reitenbach. And I like this move. Get everybody involved in this great win. Get everybody energized for that championship game.
You never know how team morale can affect, especially with the weather, and just as well when you see the next 2 teams play. You don't know how, like, oh, man, that guy's a crazy hitter. Oh, man, that guy's a crazy pitcher. So you have that positive attitude heading into the championship game. That's going to have a lot of impact.
Strike 1 taken by McCreary.
Like the back of his helmet, it's got some stickers. Can't really tell what they see, but he definitely looks like he's racked up some stuff from Indian Valley.
And with McCreary reaching via the free pass, once again, everybody who has stepped into the batter's box for NMC has reached safely at least once today.
When the whole family eats, that's when we stay on top.
And it looks like we will see the call to the bullpen. But going through it, McBride, he reached on a walk. Courtney, a single and a walk. Pagora, 2 walks. Clayton, 2 walks of his own. Alberts, a double and a walk. Wilkinson, a single and a walk. Then the pinch hitter Sloan came in and singled. Matthews walked moments ago. Eckert reached on an error back in the 2nd inning to begin the frame. Kelly reached on a walk, a single as well. McCreary just walked. And finally, the man who was about to step in, Tabata, has had a bunt single and a hard 90. Wow.
A lot of walking, man. They're definitely in their steps in today.
The free passes have been in full effect this afternoon. A.J. Lukowski getting warm on the mound, and we will take this opportunity to step aside. 10-0 NMC on top of OEB. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Welcome back to Lakewood High School, a beautiful campus here just off the lake. A very nice facility here for baseball as well. Renovated a few years ago. For those who have played here in the past, it used to be a somewhat turf field. There was some turf, dirt at the bags. The outfield, I believe, was grass, but now fully turf. That happened, I believe, a few years ago. I believe a $750,000 project here at Lakewood. Just a beautiful field, very well done, and fit for a squad that made it to the regional final for the first time in a very long time. I believe the first regional appearance of Lakewood since the 90s. But they have had a lot of talented squads in that time. Coach Graves has done a tremendous job building up this program to be one of the most elite groups in the state. The pitch, upstairs for ball 3. And it's always good when we have the opportunity to be here at Lakewood, whether it be for the Diamond League pool play of a competition or to see Ranger baseball. The 3-1. A good pop down the left field line. Foul. And you can tell by that swing, Ferris Tabata just wants to add a home run to the resume. And you cannot blame him.
No, and with one swing of the bat, he could very much be talking about that run rule that we have been hinting at for the past 3 innings.
With the bases loaded, the run rule clinching run is in scoring position. Pops that one up, and it should clear us and everybody else. After Tabata, we go back to the top of the order. It will still be McBride swinging. Once again, the 3-2. Ground ball hardly hit down the left field line, foul. A warning shot to Sloan at third.
Tabitha, he's just chomping at the bit right here. Who wouldn't want to be chomping at the bit?
You really cannot blame him. You're exactly right. Lukowski, the senior from Worcester, and going to John Carroll, looking to get a big out number 2. Lukowski will try again with the payoff pitch. Breaks in, and it is off the glove of the third baseman. 1 run will score, and they will hold him up. A powerful hit. Tabata's barrel, just too much to hang on to.
Another lucky break for NMC. They've definitely played well, but they've also had some balls bounce their way when it's come to runs, and Tabitha got lucky with that one.
I'm going to put it down as an error because he really didn't have to move much, but it was just a hard hit line drive. Kind of a unfortunate pseudo error for the third baseman. Either way, it's 11-0 First pitch upstairs to McBride, and once again, for good measure, if we already haven't hit our quota of mentioning the run rule, one more run, OEB's down to their final 3 outs, and they might have it. Ground ball down the left field line, called foul. And yesterday, Cam and I saw a very questionable fair ball. This time, they get it right. It was one where the fielder had, I don't think, even a toe in fair territory, scooped it up, and they called it fair.
It's the game of baseball right there.
It ended up not really mattering in the end, which is always what you want to see when something like that happens. That time, hey, no doubter. The pitch popped down the right field line. This should be enough to send in the runner to make it 12. They will send. There will be no play at the plate. It is a sac fly for McBride, and NMC has officially put the run rule into effect at the bottom of the inning. That's what they wanted to do this frame, put that run rule into effect. 2 down, they have the 12 runs needed. And right now, you can get an insurance run to make it happen that much quicker. And if you're OEB having Deutsch, Bowen, and Sedlecki, you are going to need to get the bats rolling immediately. A good crank. It is another base knock. Owen Courtney, his second RBI single of the game. Make it lucky number 13 for NMC.
That was a crispy hit right there from Courtney. You got to love that sound. You got to tell Ohio Elites they're not putting as much effort in right now when it's playing some defense. So this could be we could see a lot of insurance policy here for NMC.
Now it is Pagura stepping in. First pitch in the zone for strike 1. And I don't think it's effort at all. I think they're still giving it what they can. It's just some plays are out of the realm of possibility to be made, and that was just one of them.
This is very true.
The 0-1 off the plate for ball 1. Once again, everybody who has stepped into the batter's box for NMC, which will be 12 different players, they have all reached at least once. And that is a balk. First balk of the afternoon puts 2 runners in scoring position, still 2 down for NMC Reitenbach. But we will be seeing them again in the nightcap at 8 p.m. Looking forward to seeing them potentially go for redemption. Once again, they lost to a very talented Release 16U squad last year in the championship game for the 16U division at Hudson. And they're one of the younger groups. This is a battle between a group built on the class of 26 and a group built on the back of the class of 2025. It's the class of 26 winning the day. Pitch is off the plate. But Pagura, a chance to do some more damage. I don't know how aggressive he is going to be swinging the bat. But then again, he could really go for it all. A hard aggressive foul that time out. 1-1 the count. After Pagura, it will go to Javon Clayton. And it does appear that Clayton will still be in line to hit. 13-0 NMC runs 14 and 15 in scoring position. A good pop down the left field line. Foul now 1-2. But NMC Reitenbach running away with this one. So far this year, 2-1-1, as this is the tournament that they have played. The only one. Tied their first game 6-6. Won against the Longhorns 8-0 in game number 2. They lost to Ohio Elite yesterday 13-8. But that is when they had a lot of guys still. But their last game, the must-win one, 15-1 over the Midwest Stars. In the last 2 games, as the side is retired, 28-1 their spread.
Wow. Holy cow.
A good strikeout there from Lukowski does end the inning, but NMC Reitenbach, a 1-1-1 start to the year, on pace to get yet another big win. And as we said, that spread, a plus 27 run differential in their last 2 games. It is Matthews staying on to close this one out. A trip to the championship game on the line. This is the 2025 Tim Lally Memorial Diamond League Tournament semifinals on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238 888-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. OEB down to their final 3 lives as we enter the bottom of the 4th inning. 13-0 your score. NMC Reitenbach on cruise control as they are about to clinch their spots in the 2025 Lally Memorial Diamond League Tournament Championship game for the 18U division. Once again, he's Josh Manier. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this afternoon live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Stay tuned after the final commercial break today, which will take place once this game goes final, as we will announce the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center Player of the Game. Popped up right side by Doi Shin to shallow right field. Underneath it for NMC is Sloan, and he has it for out number 1.
2 more to go before we talk about the run rule finally being in completion. Obviously, Matthews has some big shoes to fill. He could retire the game right here on his own accord, but he has not played a lot today. He hasn't got that many pitches, so he's still trying to warm up, still trying to feel the rhythm of the game.
Fouled into the backstop by Bowen. 0-1 the count on Brady, the Akron commit.
Matthews looking to be very similar to Pagura with his fastball. Going to be relying heavily on that to continue out.
Either way, if this is the last time that we see Brady Bowen this summer because of where he actually plays, he has shown time and time again why he belongs in the MAC conference with Akron. And we definitely wish him the best of luck next year. Played for a very talented Worcester Generals side, a very good group out in Wayne County. They did have their season end at the hands of Cuyahoga Valley Christian Academy in the regional semis, I believe, last week. 2-1 grounded to second base, scooped up on a 1-hop, and the play is made to 1. 2 up, 2 down, and NMC Reitenbach can sound their final countdown. That putout came from Braylon McBride. It is Spencer Sedlecki, the last hope of Ohio elites in this tournament. Just a great game all the way around by NMC, and we will talk a lot about that during the post-game show. Sedlecki takes strike 1 in. A very good spot hit there by Matthews. Right now, it looks like he, along with Eckhart, are just playing a nice, simple game of catch. And now Sedlecki down to his final strike.
Love the fastball. I love that one curved inside the last moment, too. Matthews playing strong.
And that is strike 3 looking on the outside corner. And that will do it. The run rule is in effect. And it is the 4-seed NMC Reitenbach taking down the 1-seed Ohio Elite 13-0 to final. And combined between Matthews and Pagura, it will go down as a no-hitter.
Impressive showcase between the two pitchers today. Pagura and Matthews staying strong, but also got to give credit to that defense as well. Pagura and Matthews, they played great, but when they slipped up, the outfield obviously made some plays. And I want to go back to that play from Tabitha where that could have easily had that no-hitter that we talked about go away in the snap of the finger. But Tabitha with a hustle play, and he's able to connect with Albert to force that out. A huge effort from number 2.
Before the final commercial break, just to note the 2 base runners, Lakowski reached on an E4 and Bowen reached on a fielder's choice. Otherwise, no blemishes. 13-0 in the final. One final commercial break, and then we will announce the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center Player of the Game. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. 13-0 your final in game one of our triple header. It's a big win for NMC Reitenbach, the number 4 seed who clinched their spot in the Final Four with a big win yesterday, 15-1 over the Midwest Stars. We talked about it in the top of the 4th inning. Over their past 2 games, both of which were run rule wins in the 4th inning, a 28-1 run spread. Pure dominance, and a lot of that came from the no-hit effort of our 2 players of the game, presented by the Health ECU Chiropractic Center in Luca Pagura, who had the start and got the win, and then Isaac Matthews, who pitched 1 2/3 innings, striking out 2 batters, and was spotless.
Absolutely. At the end of the day, the game comes down to pitching, who can pitch better. And we saw that Ohio Elite, they struggled on the mound, but NMC, they took care of business from the get-go. And when Periga had moments where he slipped up, his infield and outfield took care of business. I go back to this play from Tabitha number 2. There was a nice hit that was just a line drive that went over Periga's feet, but luckily Tabitha had some great hustle, was able to make a great scoop by second base, dish it out to Albert, and Albert forcing the out. It's plays like that that NMC did today that were just so impressive. They played great fundamental ball, and then on offense as well, I'm looking out to number 21, Quentin Albert, who got the party started with a nice hit. He had 2 double RBIs, if I'm not mistaken. And then from there, NMC opened the floodgates wide open, and there was nothing Ohio Elite could do to slow down the momentum.
A big win today for the number 4 seed. For the 2nd year in a row, they will be in their age groups Tim Lally Memorial Diamond League Tournament Championship game. Once again, last year it was a loss to Release. They could see Release again, and if it is Release getting the win in game number 2, not only do you have that rematch, but also it's the battle of the 3 and 4 seed then in the championship. But the Ohio Mavericks, as the 2 seed, a very good resume. They have a good chance to make it to the game at 8 p.m. tonight. But first, we have semifinal number 2 up in around 30 minutes as the Ohio Mavericks look to knock off the number 3 seed, Release Baseball. To stay up to date on all the games that we are covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and SmeeFest2024 on Twitter. As well, subscribe down below to the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Enable push notifications to be notified when we upload or go live. Our goal is to hit 4,000 subscribers by the end of this calendar year. So if you are new, go down below and subscribe. It costs nothing and greatly helps out our efforts here at SmeeSports. And as well, if you want to help out in a monetary fashion, contact us at one of those 3 avenues on your screen, and we would love to work out a deal with you to promote the best of your business and your brand. Thank you to the Health ECU Chiropractic Center and CrossFit Strongsville for sponsoring today's broadcast. And as well, if you are not a business owner and want to donate to the SmeeSports YouTube channel and to SmeeSports LLC to help facilitate all that we do, go to the SmeeSports website at SmeeSports.com, go to the Donate tab, and you can go from there. But that'll do it from Lakewood High School for game number 1 on the docket this afternoon. NMC Reitenbach back in the big dance, a 13-0 win over the number 1 seed Ohio Elite. For Josh Manier, I am Nathan Smee saying so long for now from Lakewood, and we will see you next time. This has been game 1 of the 2025 Tim Lally Memorial Diamond League Tournament Championships on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Thank you for watching, and we will see you again in a few moments for game 2 of our triple header.